Have you ever had a peaceful day suddenly shattered by someone's negativity? Maybe it was a harsh comment, a passive-aggressive remark, or just a wave of criticism that you didn't ask for. In that moment, something tightens inside. The heart races, the mind flares. But pause for a second. What if you didn't have to absorb any of it? What if, instead of reacting, you could remain calm, centered, untouched? In today's video, we're going to explore a beautiful, liberating truth. You can face negativity without losing your inner peace. Using timeless Buddhist wisdom, we'll discover how to transform moments of conflict into opportunities for growth. Not by suppressing emotion, but by shifting how we relate to it. So if you've ever wondered, how can I stay peaceful when others try to shake me? You're in the right place. Breathe in, breathe out, and let's begin this journey inward. A path of compassion, awareness, and unshakable clarity. When someone lashes out at you with anger, criticism, or blame, it's natural to wonder, what did I do wrong? But here's something powerful to remember. Their negativity is rarely about you. It's often a mirror of their own inner struggle. In Buddhism, it's taught that negativity arises from greed, hatred, and ignorance. Not from truth, but from suffering. A harsh word, a cold look, a dismissive tone. These are the echoes of someone else's storm. And here's the key. You don't have to invite that storm into your heart. Imagine their negativity as a stone being thrown your way. You don't have to catch it. You can let it fall. The next time someone directs anger toward you, gently remind yourself, this is their pain, not mine. Observing without reacting is a form of deep compassion, not just for them, but for yourself. By not absorbing their suffering, you protect your peace and begin to see clearly. What's theirs is theirs. What's yours can remain calm and untouched. Let me share with you a quiet but powerful story from Buddhist tradition. Two monks were traveling together when they came upon a woman struggling to cross a river. Without hesitation, the older monk lifted her and carried her across. Hours later, the younger monk, still visibly upset, said, "Why did you carry that woman? We monks are not supposed to touch women." The elder simply replied, "I set her down hours ago." "Why are you still carrying her?" So many of us do the same. We carry a comment someone made yesterday, a glance, a rejection, a judgment, over and over in our mind. But here's the truth. What weighs us down isn't what happened. It's how long we hold on to it. What if we treated each hurtful word like a leaf drifting on a river? Acknowledge it and let it float away. Because inner peace isn't about avoiding negativity. It's about learning not to carry what doesn't belong to us. Letting go is the beginning of healing. And sometimes, the most compassionate thing we can do is to finally put it down. When someone lashes out at you, criticizes, insults, or treats you unfairly, what's your first instinct? For most of us, it's to fight back, to defend, to push that energy right back at them. But what if, instead of reacting, we responded with compassion? In Buddhism, there's a gentle but powerful practice called metta, or loving kindness meditation. It teaches us to send goodwill, not just to our loved ones, but to those who hurt us. I know, it sounds hard. Why send peace to someone who caused you pain? Because it's not about excusing their actions, it's about freeing you from the grip of anger. Try this. The next time you feel your heart tighten from someone's harshness, pause, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and silently repeat, "May you be well, may you be free from suffering, may you find peace." Say it not for them, but for you. Because when you choose compassion over resentment, you're no longer tied to their pain. You're choosing peace. You're choosing freedom. Have you ever walked away from an argument and thought, why did I let that get to me? It's a common feeling. When someone insults us or acts harshly, our emotions rise fast, and we want to react just as fiercely. But here's a gentle truth from Buddhist wisdom. Emotional reactions only feed the negativity. They give it more power. There's a story of a wise monk walking through a crowded market. A man insulted him in public, shouting and trying to provoke him. But the monk didn't respond. He simply smiled and walked away. Later, a disciple asked, "Why didn't you say anything?" The monk replied, "If a dog barks at you, do you bark back?" That simple story carries deep meaning. Silence isn't weakness, it's strength. It's a conscious decision to protect your inner peace. The next time someone tries to drag you into their storm, pause, breathe, ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Often the most powerful response is no response at all. Have you ever noticed how easily your mood can shift based on someone else's opinion? One compliment lifts you up, one criticism tears you down. But what if your peace didn't have to depend on praise or blame? In Buddhism, there's a powerful teaching called equanimity, a calm, balanced mind that remains steady like a mountain, no matter how strong the winds of opinion may blow. There's a beautiful story about the Buddha. One day a man angrily insulted him, expecting a reaction, but the Buddha remained silent. Later he gently said, "If someone offers you a gift and you don't accept it, who does it belong to?" The man replied, "To the giver." The Buddha smiled and said, "Then I do not accept your anger. It remains with you." When you stop accepting the gifts of negativity, you stop being controlled by others. Imagine your mind like a still lake or a grounded mountain, deeply present, deeply undisturbed. Through meditation and awareness, you can return to that stillness again and again. That's the true strength, peace that no one can shake. Every time someone throws negativity your way, you're given a choice, to react or to remain still. Imagine this, someone shouts at you, criticizes you unfairly. Maybe it's online, maybe it's at work. Instinctively, your mind wants to fight back, prove yourself, argue. But ask yourself, does reacting ever bring true peace? Buddhism teaches that negativity is like an echo. It only lingers if you respond. When there's no reaction, it fades, just like sound in an empty canyon. Each time you face negativity, think of it as a test, a gentle reminder to check in with your patience, your wisdom, and your peace. You don't need to pass every test perfectly, but if you can keep your calm, if your heart doesn't contract, that's already a quiet victory. The world may be noisy, but your mind doesn't have to be. So next time you feel provoked, take a breath and ask, do I really need to answer this echo? Sometimes silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom in its purest form. When you begin to master the art of non-reaction, when you respond with loving kindness instead of anger, and when mindfulness becomes your daily practice, something beautiful happens. Negativity loses its power over you. You no longer feel the need to defend, to explain, to carry someone else's suffering as your own. You become like a still lake, reflecting the chaos but never disturbed by it. This is the quiet strength that Buddhist wisdom teaches us. And the best part? It's a path anyone can walk, starting right now, right here. So if this message resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe. Let's continue this journey into peace together. More timeless insights from Buddhist teachings are waiting for you. And before you go, leave me a comment below. How do you deal with negativity in your own life? I read everyone, and your story may help someone else find peace too. And if you found value here, share this video with someone who needs it today. Thank you for being here. May peace always walk beside you.